Okay, this is Joe Leigh here for Seconds Out, joined by Tommy Welch. It's been a while since we've spoken. You've had a fight last night, so it's only right to catch up. 8-0 now, and the unbeaten road continues. The journey to title continues. Titles and your first six rounder you got yesterday. How are you doing, man?
Very well, John, mate. I'm all good. Yeah, it was nice. Got the rounds in. Had a tough Mexican guy who come to not lay down. He came to put on a performance, and we rocked it out in Bournemouth last night. So it was nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you mentioned a Mexican fighter, a six rounder, and he doesn't get stopped. So talk to us about how tough that was for you yesterday.
it was tough. I had a 20-stone truck in front of me that just kept pushing forward. He wasn't there to lay down. He was ambitious. He wasn't an older man that was there for money. He was a young 24-year-old that wanted to get stuck in, and I was hitting him with shots and bouncing him off his head. Like, I've knocked people out with a lot less than what I was hitting him with, and it was great. He deserves a lot of credit. These Mexicans are tough. We know that from when AJ fought Ruiz.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially these short, lumpy ones. We need these guys in the game.
yeah, for sure. How would you sum up your year? It's not over yet, and I know you're going to keep that active, but so far you've got through it with continuous wins, but it hasn't been all plain sailing.
This year's been the toughest year of my boxing life, definitely. This injury's held me back mentally. Like even last night, I had a bit of PTSD going into the fight. Worrying about whether I was gonna break my hand on him again, and letting the big shots go. And it's always there in the back of your mind, especially where I haven't fought. I've been sparring and stuff, but like when you have them 10-ounce gloves on, they're different. There's less padding on there. I could catch him on the elbow or touch him on the side of the head and damage my hand again. But luckily, I never. I've got full faith in this hand again. And moving on to my next fights, I'm not even going to be thinking about it. But I think I needed them rounds and that sort of. I had to grip down a little bit, and get through them rounds because it wasn't an easy, knockover job. Like he was there and he wanted it. And the second I was pulling off him, he was on me. So it was nice. It was good. It was a good little test for where I'm at now. My first six rounds as well. It's different. You can sit in the gym and do rounds and rounds and rounds. But when you're in a competition mode and the fans are going mad and everyone's putting that pressure on you to do a certain job, I could have tried getting him out there in the first round and blown out. You have to start thinking this is a boxing fight now, and not just a 4-round blowout. This is like 6 rounds. Then the next one, as you're moving up the rounds, you get to 8, you get to the 10 rounds. It's like your boxing brain has to start kicking in. And that's what happened yesterday. I knew that I was hitting him with some good shots. He was taking them. I think I wobbled him in the second round, but he weren't going nowhere. So I just sort of, I was getting on my bike. I was hitting and moving. I took a few shots, but I haven't got really no marks on me. So, but it was nice. It was tough. I felt them, and it was good. It was nice. I needed it. I needed it.
Yeah, I remember watching you fight in commentary. You came out with your Joker mask on, and I've just clocked above you. There's what
Yeah,
do we have here? Nice painting of the
yeah,
inspiration.
yeah. I like the joke. Yeah. I didn't wear the mask last night. I changed it up a little bit, but
What did we
I'll
have?
bring it. I'll bring him back out next time. To be honest, kept it. I kept it simple. Like on the last fight for me, it was obviously it was 9 weeks after my operation. It was quite a rushed fight. I boxed Jake Darnell. And like I said, first 30 seconds I threw a punch and I broke the initial break on my hand. And my hand flared up and I had to just coast through the rounds with one hand. So, so this time I just kept it clean, wanted to get in there, get the job done and move on to the next. So, yeah.
What happened after the first round when you went to the corner? Did you tell your corner, your dad, I've broke it, and then you had to kind of get
In
instructions about
the
how to maneuver.
in the last fight, yeah, straight away.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
I sat down and I said, I've damaged my hand again. My hand's gone. And they said, look, left hand, hit and move, double the left hands, triple the left hands up. But I think when you've had such a severe injury like I had on my hand, I had a good operation on it,
Mm,
broke it in two places completely, and I've still got a plate in my hand now, you know. That was in my mind. So when I damaged my hand in that first round, in literally within 30 seconds, I come out, double jab, I threw a body shot, him on the elbow. I knew straight away that my hand had gone, and it swelled right up, and I re-cracked where the plate sits in my hand.
mm.
Um, as you can see there, where the plate sits, it swelled up again, and I knew that it was damaged. But in my head, I thought it was gonna be a lot worse than what it was after. So I took a month straight off, no punching with it. So yeah, this year's been tough. You know, this year's been a real learning, crucial year of my career. But I think longevity wise, this is what toughens you up. You know, this is what prepares you for the harder battles. You know, if you can start getting through this sort of stuff now in my head, like if I can get through this now, you know, later on in my career when the going gets tough, I can dig deep and get through it. You know, you have to look for other ways of fights and stuff, you know.
Yeah, you must feel like um, you deserved a big win like last night, just going through your first 6 round with a tough opponent, just because of the year you've had. How much did you feel a sense of relief last night with all what you've just said in mind?
Like I said to you before the recording, I'm no finished article. I'm a work in progress, you know, and I'm taking every fight as it comes. I took some, you know, I've had a few years out of the game, and when I started my pro career, that was sort of like years off, and then coming back in and building myself back up. And I'm at a good stage now where I think we're building correctly. You know, we're getting the right work, we're getting the right fights. But obviously, this year has really sort of delayed what we wanted to do. Obviously, after I fought Kirillov, I should have been bouncing through,
Yeah.
and I would have been getting more stoppages, and my mind was in a different mindset. Now, I mean, once I damaged my hand, and I've had to rebuild differently, you know, and now I'm at a stage now I've got 100% confidence in my hand. When I fight again, there's no qualm about my hand at all. So it's like I can get back to how I was before. You know, I still last night I was throwing the big shots, but I think subconsciously
Mm.
you when you've had a bad injury, you think about them, you know, like. But that's done now. I can put that to bed, and that was like, oh, I overcame some demons last night, and that was the biggest thing for me, you know, like overcoming them demons, getting through the 6 rounds, and moving on. You know, what's next? That's the main thing. What's next? This is just a little bump in my road. I had to sort of iron out, and I've done that. And the Mexican guy last night gave me the opportunity to iron them sort of creases out, I would say.
So what is next? When do we
I'd like to
expect
fight
you
in
to?
November. Yeah, so I'd like to try and get out again in November. Like I said, I've got no injuries and I'm fit, ready to go. You know, and now I've shook the rust off and I've done my first 6 rounds. When I go into the next 6 rounds, I know what to expect. I know what it feels like now going into the fifth and the sixth round. If you've not done 6 rounds under the lights before, that's a big thing. You know, as every fighter will know, when you move up, it's like right further. I've got to move the goalpost further. I can't just blow out in 3, 4 rounds. You know, got to think long term. Like you got to hit them. Got to be a bit more clever in there. So yeah, no, it's good. I'm like I said, I'm a work in progress, and we're gradually, you know, building up. And it was nice to get on that show, Steve Bendel's show down in Bournemouth. It was fantastic. Um, you know, I've also got to make a big shout out to my sponsors as well, who's kept me really sane. You know, they've been supporting me through thick and thin, and really, we've had like I said, we've had a tough year, and they could have said, listen, you know, you're not fighting anytime soon. You know, we're gonna leave you to it, and when you come back, but they've been 100% with me. You know, I had them there last night. That's KSD group from Brighton, Ned, Ted, and Chris. Great men. I just have to give them a lot of you know, a massive shout out and a lot of love, because without people supporting you, you know, financially and even like there with you, you can get a little bit lost. You can get sidetracked. You know, everyone wants to earn money. Everyone, you know, money in life is a big thing. So when you're financially getting help, it's a massive thing, especially as a fighter, you know.
Yeah,
So
well, it's a
yeah, I
good.
want to show them boys love anyway. So
No, it's a good way to cap it off. It's been good to catch up for sure,
mm,
and
mm,
I'm looking forward to obviously the end of this year, but next year obviously you can kick on.
yeah. So look, I'm hoping to fight again before Christmas. So yeah, get ready, Joe, and hopefully you can come down and see it with your own eyes. Huh?
Yeah, for sure. I just planned and ended the interview, but I want to
Tell
ask you
me.
before we do. We do close it off. Gorman versus Wardley for the British title. How do you see that one playing out?
It's a great fight. I think Gorman's a good fighter. I think he's a big lump. He's like, you know, he's like a similar guy to the guy I had last night. They're big men. They're big, lumpy men with fast hands.
Yeah,
They're not. He might not be the biggest puncher, but he's boxing brains there, and he's got fast hands. I think he's going to cause Wardley problems until Wardley unloads his explosiveness on him. I rate Fabio, you know, and I've sparred with him. I haven't ever sparred with Nathan, but I've been around him and I've seen him, and yeah, I respect both men, and I think they're both good fighters. I think it's a great British dust up for heavyweight boxing. Are you asking me who I think would win?
Um,
Yeah, no.
I guess, yeah. Who would you pick? Who would you back?
I think if it goes late, Gorman wins on points, and if it's early and he comes out on fire as he did against Nick Webb and other fighters, I think Fabio, you know, he's a dangerous fighter. He's becoming more confident in what he does as well. So yeah, that's my sort of age, I would say.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, thanks for that. It's been yeah, good to speak to you, Tommy. Look forward to
Good to see you,
the end
John.
of the year.
Nice.